I thought I'd come out and show y'all a little bit of our fall garden. We don't have a whole lot. I have got visitors, so hopefully I don't get tripped up because they like to be right at my feet. But in this one, I planted zucchini and cucumber. And as you can see, I've got a few plants over there. The problem is that I forgot which side I planted what, so I don't know what that is coming up. But I've got some coming up over there. And then over here on this side, ow! Bit my toe. I've got one little plant. So it's looking like it's not meant for me to have. Ooh, pull that off. It's not meant for me to have zucchini and cucumbers. Hopefully those will put on some. But again, I don't remember what that is. Sorry, y'all. I am fighting off a cat from biting my toes. And then that's our corn stalks. We're just kind of letting them sit there for right now. Over here, we've got some cherry trees that we are trying to root. So we're going to see how that does. We've also got some blueberry bushes. That right there and that one right there is blueberry that we're trying to root and see how that does. And then down here, Pap stuck some more muscadine vine in there. I don't know why, but he felt the need to. So there's that. And then let's see if I can get up here. I'll show you some of our muscadines. There's some of our buckets that we've emptied out. And I think that was our potato buckets. And there's Miss Meow Meow. Aiden named her Kitty Kitty Meow Meow. Oh, we're going to have a cat fight. And then right here is some of our muscadine vines. Y'all can see that they are hanging full. I'll try to get on over here if I can step over a cat. Look at that. We've got some ripe ones right here. Y'all. And they're so sweet. They're so good. But the vines are hanging full, so it's about time to pick muscadines. I could probably get out here and pick some of the ripe ones now. Make some good muscadine jelly and all the things. But this vine goes all the way over there, all the way up there. You hear that plane? So yeah, my angel trumpets are looking a little droopy this morning. They need some water. We've not had any rain in a while, so I need to get some water on them. Now let's move on over here to the other pools and see what we've got in them. In this one I have carrots, and they're looking really good. Y'all, I have never been able to grow carrots worth a flip. They turn out like little hard balls in there, so I'm hoping and praying that this batch does better. I need to thin them out a little bit more, and hopefully we'll be able to harvest some carrots out of there. I know, kitty, I know. And then over here we've got beets. My beets are looking amazing. Some of them are laying down, but that's due to the dew that hit this morning, and Paps did water them last night, so they've not sprung back up all the way. But y'all, they're looking so good, so good. And then we're going to move over here, and this is my peas. I did 2 different varieties of peas in this pool. I did sugar snaps and sugar anns, and I will decide which ones I like best. So they're looking really good. They finally decided to come on out and say hi. Some of them's got runners on them already. So I'm excited for those. And then here is my fall beans. And yes, they go all the way to the top. And this variety is Kentucky Wonders. And the deer, bless their hearts, got into them. It wasn't long after they started coming out. And mosquito on me. And did a little bit of damage, but they bounced back pretty well. And there are beans all the way up to the top. So we have to get a ladder to get up there to get them, but that's okay. So that's my fall beans. And y'all, that's pretty much our fall garden. I am going to get my garlic in the ground within the next couple of weeks. It'll overwinter. And I want to show y'all these beans. We'll reach in here. Look at that. Kentucky Wonders are awesome. Let me see if I can get this one off. There we go. They are awesome. And they are so good. I love Kentucky Wonders. So, yeah. That's my fall garden. We may decide to put something else out, but as of right now, that's about it. That's about all I can handle. Because y'all, the burnout is real. It is totally real. I'm feeling it all. Good morning, everybody. We are in the kitchen this morning, and I am starting supper early tonight. I want to make a sourdough discard bread, artisan bread, and so I'm going to get this started. I should have started this last night. Y'all, I was so tired that I actually started dozing off on the couch, and when I woke up, I just went straight to bed. I didn't fool with nothing. So I'm going to get y'all turned just a little bit like that. So let's get this bread started. It'll be alright. It'll set the rest of the day. I've got 1 1/4 cup of warm or hot water here. It's about between 105 and 110 degrees. You don't want it any hotter because then it's just going to kill your yeast. We're going to put in the equivalent of a pack of yeast, which is 2 1/4 teaspoons. So there's 1, 2 1/4. It's time to fill my yeast jar back up. I go through a lot of it. So it's time to fill that back up. I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to kind of stir that in. There we go. And we're just going to push that off to the side, and we're just going to let that start activating and become beautiful. Then we'll bring my bowl over here, and to this we're going to add, let me get I'm situated here. Alright, we're going to do 4 cups of all-purpose flour. So I'm going to do this in 1/2 cup increments here. There's 1. 2. 2 1/2. 3. 3 1/2. There's 4. Y'all, I've not even got dressed yet. I'm still in my gown tail running around here. Aiden has not got out of bed yet. And it's one of those days. It's a Friday. So, yeah. Alright, so there's that. And then we're going to do 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm using the pink Himalayan salt. If you've been around a while, you know that that is my favorite salt to use in baking. So there's one. This is a very easy bread to put together and very minimal on the ingredients. Alright, so we're going to take a whisk. I'm going to grab my little dough whisk here. We're just going to whisk these together. Like that. We're going to cook this in our Dutch oven. And y'all, I'm making just a simple spaghetti tonight for dinner, supper, whatever you want to call it. We call it supper around here. I'm doing this spaghetti, but I wanted to have this bread ready to go. So there we go. Our yeast starter is starting to come together. So we're going to set that back for just a minute. I'm going to get my sourdough. And we're going to do 1 cup of our sourdough discard. And then I'll feed my sourdough afterwards. Y'all, it's about time. Uh-oh. A new coffee filter is needed. I put a hole in that one. It's about time to change out our sourdough container. And clean this one good. But y'all, I love this thing. Alright, so there is 1/2 cup. We'll do that. I'm going to grab a spatula and get all this out. Now if you want a tangier, more sourdough taste, start this overnight and let it set out overnight for about 12 hours. That's what I should have done. You don't have to do that, but, you know, if you want more of the sourdough taste, then that's what you do. But I'm good with this. It's going to set out and it's going to develop just fine. I was so tired last night. We went out and worked in the fall garden for a little while and did some other things, and it was just a busy day yesterday and I was just dead on my feet. So yeah, it happens sometimes. Every now and then you've got a lot going on and you need to rest, right? That's what happened to me last night. Alright, I'm going to clean my sourdough up real quick because I don't want to attract gnats with having that on the outside. So, there we go. There we go. Nope. Don't want that down in there either. Alright. Now we're going to set that back over to the side. Oh, look how pretty and frothy my yeast is. It's ready to go in. Let's pull this back over here. We're going to pour that in. And I'm going to go down in here and get all of that out of there. There we go. That's it, y'all. That's all the ingredients. So now we're just going to mix this together. It's going to be a shaggy dough, and that's okay because we're going to let this just sit and do its thing all day long, and then we'll throw it in the oven when it gets closer to time for supper tonight. It'll be hot, it'll be fresh, it'll be good. Oh. It'll be so good. Get that off of there. Y'all, I don't have a lot of arm strength. If y'all don't know, I injured my right arm earlier this year kneading dough. Yep, that's one of the perks of getting older. You can be doing some of the most simple of jobs and be injured. And that's what happened to me. Y'all, I'm going to get my hands in this. Y'all know I love to put my hands in dough. So, let's do it. Just going to put my hands in here because I've got a little bit of flour down there still left in my bowl. And I just want to get it incorporated. It smells so good. The mixture of the sourdough plus the yeast. Yes. I am intrigued by this. I will admit to you that I have never made this recipe. I have never tried sourdough and yeast together. And I am very intrigued by this. So, we're going to try it and see. There we go. Alright. We have got this. So, it doesn't say to put any oil in your bowl. I think I'm going to put, I don't know. I don't know here. Since this is a new recipe to me, I don't know. I don't want it to stick. You know? What would y'all do here? And I feel like I keep pulling this over here to me. What would y'all do? It says to cover with a lid or plastic wrap and leave at room temp. Okay, so let me go grab some plastic wrap. There's what the dough looks like. It is definitely on the shaggy side. Okay, definitely. Alright, let me go grab some plastic wrap and get this covered up. I'm going to rinse my hands. There's that. I'm going to use this. And if y'all can tell, the last time I used it, I might have had some issues. Might have had some issues. May have issues this time. I don't know. This stuff hates me with a passion. It's supposed to be easy. Yeah. Alright, we're just going to put this on the bowl. Hopefully it'll stick. Since I had the issues that I had. There we go. It's sticking. It's okay. Alright, I'm just going to set this. I'm going to turn the light on in my oven. Just so that it'll get warm. Do its thing. And y'all, we're just going to leave this sitting out. Because it is a little bit cooler in the house this morning. It's a little bit cooler outside. So, I just want this to have its best shot. So we're going to turn the light on in the oven, put it in there, and again, we'll pull it out closer to supper time and get it in the oven, in my Dutch oven, in the oven. So, that's it. It's done. While our bread is proofing, I wanted to show you guys this. I got this at Kroger the other day, and I paid $1.30 for the box. It was normally $4.99. Y'all, this is the best coffee. If you like flavored coffee, this is the best coffee ever. And I bought 12 boxes of this. 12 boxes. And y'all, I am not mad about that. For $1.30. I'm telling you, I am hooked on this. And I'm going to be so sad when I run out of this coffee. So sad. Because it is amazing. Go check your local Kroger or one of their subsidiaries and see if they have any. Run. Don't walk. Run. And see if they have any of this on the clearance rack. And y'all won't be sorry. You'll thank me. Alright, y'all. Our sourdough disco... sourdough discard loaf. It's getting close to time for supper, so I want to go ahead and get it going. I'm going to turn my oven on. It says 450. I'm going to put mine on at 425. We're going to put our Dutch oven in there with the lid on it so it can be heating up. So let's get this put in. Oh. And now let's go get this dough ready. We're back over here on the other side. I'm going to grab me a spoon so I can get some flour out here on my parchment paper. There we go. We'll see if we need any more here in just a minute. And I definitely want to flour up my hands because this dough is going to be sticky. And I don't know if I said this before or not, but this is another Farmhouse on Boone recipe. We'll put that off to the side. You know, I'm going to be honest, I did not even start watching YouTube until probably the beginning of this year. So if I seem a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Goofy on what these people or who these people are, please excuse me because I don't know who the big channels are and who they aren't. I have no clue. I started out with a couple and I've kind of worked my way up, and I have no clue. So yeah, I know. How do I not know who at least that Farmhouse on Boone is? Well, I just don't. Somebody is mad in the other room because something's not going his way, and sounds to me like he's pitching him a little fit. He will be all right. He will be fine. Now, I will be honest with you on this too. I tried her method of getting my sourdough starter going, and I've tried several different methods, and it did okay for a little while, and then all of a sudden it was not okay. So I don't know what happened to that, but yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit more flour on my hands. Oop, oop. Yeah, it said well floured surface, so it's well floured now, right? Lord. It's fine though. This bread can take it. So now we're just going to get it into a circle. This bread was definitely sticky, and we're just going to start bringing the pieces to the center. Just like that. We want to bring it to the center, kind of forming a ball as we go. You want to do this a few times, okay? Just bring it towards the center. There we go. All right, there we go. Now we're going to remove some of that flour, like that right there, and we're going to put this like that. We're going to bring it I'm doing this. Y'all have to hold my paper down because I don't have anything fancy. I use parchment paper. We're going to do this. We're going to turn it and we're going to pull it to us. Y'all, I can see all the little, and I'm making a mess in my floor, but that's okay. Now I need putting some tension on this when I do that. Okay. I think I've got it pretty good. I'm going to get some of this extra dough off, and I'm just going to stick it back on there. We'll do that one more time. I'm going to turn it, and we'll pull it back to me. And I'm just cupping my hand. There we go. Y'all, I see all the little air holes and air bubbles and all the things. It's looking so good. So good. Alright, so now I'm going to rinse my hands off. I've got a bowl of hot soapy water sitting over here. There we go. So now I want to clean off some of this flour. I don't need all that. So I'm going to clean off some of the flour. I'm going to have to clean up my floor. So let me see. Let me see here. Here's what I'm going to do. I don't need all of this. I do want some of it. I don't need all that. There we go. Much better. We'll just set that off to the side. Alright, so now this needs to do, we'll kind of center that just a little bit better on that paper. Oh my goodness. Spread my flour back over here, and I know I'm messing up my shape. It'll be alright. It'll be just fine. We'll get it shaped back. And there we go. And we are going to put that right there in the center. And then I am going to grab a towel and we're going to put over this, and we're going to let it sit there and rest and rise for about 30 minutes. Alright y'all, it's been about 30 minutes. So, I'm going to take this. Y'all, I've never used this before. This is new. We are going to do You're going to take this and
which
do
is
this.
me.
I don't know how this is going to look.
Neither do I.
Neither do you. Hopefully this looks okay. I hope.
It looked like you were putting the letter F on it.
Did it?
Yeah, like
All right.
just carving the letter F.
We're going to move over to the other side. We're going to get this put into our Dutch oven, which is hot and ready to go. All right, let's get our Dutch oven out of here. Oh my goodness. It is super hot, so you want to be very careful. Okay? Super hot. Super hot. All right, we're going to I'm going to grab another pot holder because I'm a pothole. Y'all can see the steam coming off that. Now let's go grab our bread. I just grabbed it by the four corners. I'm just going to put it down in there. Then we're going to spread our parchment paper out. Be very careful not to touch the sides. And I almost grabbed that lid. Now we're going to put the lid on it. Like that. And it's going in the oven. We're going to bake it for about, let me make sure on this. Don't want to tell anybody wrong. We're going to bake this for about 30 minutes with the lid on. And then we'll remove the lid and continue baking it for 20 to 30 minutes. It also says to bump the oven temp down to 400. So let's change the temp. So there's that, and then the timer, we're going to set it. There we go. It's in the oven. Our timer went off, so we're going to check our bread. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think it's done. I think it is. I think it is, but let me check it. You hear that? It's done. It is done. It is done. Oh my gosh, y'all. It rose up so pretty. Let me see if I can bring you guys over here. There you go. There's our bread. Oop. See how pretty? All right, y'all. We're going to let it sit here and cool, and it'll be ready for supper. Y'all, we're finishing up supper. Don't know why all that's showing, but okay. We're just going to roll with it. So, I've got my spaghetti noodles over here. Got them drained. We're going to be using some of our home canned spaghetti sauce. Y'all, this is so good. So good. Paps and I have tasted it. Oh, it's so good. So good. Now I'm adding it before I add anything else. Let me grab my other little jar. The reason why I'm adding it before I add anything else is because Aiden will not eat spaghetti. Look at that. Aiden will not eat spaghetti with meat in it. So, yeah. So I always put him some out with no meat, just the sauce. That is so good. Got just the tiniest little hint of a kick. So good. So good. Sometimes happy little accidents are the best ever. And that was definitely a happy little accident. There's Aiden's plate. Now we'll grab the meat. It just got finished cooking on the stove. We're going to add that into our pasta and sauce. I just used 80-20 hamburger meat for that. Mix that up real good. We're going to let that sit right there. Now, I'm going to grab my cutting board. Move some stuff out of my way. Oh my goodness. There we go. And then I'm just going to slide our bread right there. We no longer need this. Let me grab my bread knife. We're going to slice into this. I don't know if y'all saw, there is our sourdough discard loaf. Y'all, if it eats anywhere near like it smells, it's so crusty. Oh my gosh. I'm not even playing. I am not even playing. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. I am so excited about this. Can you hear that crunch? Makes me happy. Makes me happy. Oh my goodness. The bottom is just right. Super crunchy. And I'm going to cut off probably about one more piece. There we go. Now it's still a little bit warm. It says to wait until it's completely cool before cutting, but are you serious? That's not going to happen. So good. So good. So now I'm going to get mine and Pap's plates made. Trying not to talk with my mouth full, but kind of hard. Kind of hard. So there's one. Y'all, it's just a quick little supper tonight. And I am all for it. All for it. Quick little supper, but full of flavor. So I'm going to put Pap's. I keep quit eating this. Put him a piece of bread. We'll put a little butter on there. I think I'm just going to take a little chunk of this one. Do you want some homemade bread with your supper? Do you?
No thanks.
No thanks. Okay.
But I would like some noodles.
There we go.
Oh wait,
I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese and some butter to our bread. Supper's done, y'all.
Well, could you at least add some Parmesan cheese to my noodles?
I'm getting ready to. All right, y'all. Let's go eat supper.